To the blind, this may come off as Christian indoctrination, but to Christians, this is scripturally based doctrine of conduct through salvation that's over time been slightly lost in demonstration. Jesus of Nazareth, the author of salvation. So he who has an ear, let him hear, please, and listen.
I'm not here to say what we learn in the Bible is wrong. Just the stuff we is taught is turned. It is put into paths that is made so we can believe. I spent 3 hours reading the Bible from 12 to 3. The 10 Commandments isn't the only rules to follow. Those who is not circumcised will not get a promise from God. Those who is not baptized as a child isn't allowed into his kingdom. Although we're supposed to say, "Thy kingdom come." Those who have sex before marriage is a sin and isn't allowed to be one flesh. But those who marry again is a sin also. Love is supposed to not even be real. So why is we feeling all these feelings? Ever since Eve ate that fruit, women and men are supposed to make one flesh, but woman is not considered a part of Jesus because of Eve. We all say our past holds us back. That's a past that's holding us back. Eve put us into a place where we can't go further unless we bear forth a child. What happens to the people that do not want to conceive a child? Don't want to go through the pain. But Jesus said you gotta bear pain. I don't want to bear pain. Sometimes when I read in the Bible, I think about, did somebody change something when they was writing it? God don't like gays, and when men and women are supposed to make one flesh. Although God turned the man to man, woman to woman into beasts so they can be one flesh. So is that bad? Because the devil is a beast, the one with the holes, the one that we all don't want to meet, but we all want to meet God and Jesus. We all go to church and listen to the preacher. But is the preacher the one telling lies? We should all just open the Bible and read for ourselves. But we can't. Why? Because we look at the amount of pages. We skim through it, but don't read the fine print. Just like all these privacy policies on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, we just click and agree, but we never read. You need to open the Bible and read for yourself. But right now, I don't believe in it. I don't. We all believe in one word going to heaven. But at the same time, why is there different books and different religions? There's one faith. Though we all put into categories to make us go one way. Those who lie is committing a sin, but those who talk about other people, that's a sin. Okay. If women change their appearance, put jewelry on, That's a sin. Women are to look up as men and be slaves because of what Eve did. I've read all of this in the Holy Bible, but some of the stuff, it seems unholy. It makes me mad. One mistake can lead us on a road where we don't know. At this point, I'm gonna live life. I'm not gonna have a religion or have someone lie to my face. God said man to man and woman to woman is a sin. But why he turned all of us into beasts to be one. I'm taking a stand right now to say I'm not Christian. Nor am I Jewish, Jehovah's Witness. I am who I am with what I believe. Fuck the Bible and those who believe and follow what's in there. It's been written so many times, it created so many lies, making so much judgmental people in this world. We're supposed to follow laws, but right, Jesus said follow the 10 Commandments only. Some of these laws is made and don't even seem right. Right now I'm making my own religion. Since people made their own rules, those who added to the Bible, those who wrote a verse down, and I looked it up and it didn't say nothing they wrote. It shows who you are. I am an American, and I had the freedom to do what the fuck I want. And when I want to, the stars are falling. Original. So make the stand today. And become originality. The stars will fall. And when they do, only 100,000 people are allowed in heaven. And the rest is going to be on this earth. But until then, live life to the fullest. Peace.
Many of God's children have become lukewarm and nonchalant about doing the Savior's request. He said, if any man follows me, he must deny himself first and pick up his cross. So blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly. By doing so, no one is able to take you captive through hollow and deceptive philosophy. Also, be not conformed to this world, neither love the things that are in it. Thus, as Christians, seek first his kingdom and righteousness, and all these other things will be given. But when you ask, it is not given because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures. But if you hold to his teachings, you are really his disciple. But if you're still seeking to please men, you're not even worthy of the title. You were bought with a price. Don't you have any idea what this means? For you and me to confessly believe, the King of Kings had to be stretched out on a tree. Jesus of Nazareth, the author of salvation, for he views the ends of the earth and sees everything under the heavens. This includes but not limited to rape, murder, and even child molestation. That's why we as believers are to present our bodies as a living sacrifice to the weary and burdened who are aching to see the light of Christ. So if you're impervious to love, then you will certainly prove to be useless. That's why Jesus said, by love will men know who his is. So woe to those who put their faith in things that are tangible and ungodly. Because you have a little money, you believe that it's something. Jesus describes you as being poor, blind, and naked. because a man's life does not consist of the abundance of his possessions. So be aware of men who've been robbed of the truth, who preach only that godliness is a means of financial breakthrough. Instead, put on the full armor of God to stand firm against Satan and his schematics. Jesus of Nazareth, the author of salvation. So no longer are we teaching safe sex, but on this day, abstinence, because presenting our bodies as holy and acceptable is the highest act of worship. So abstain from fornication, for this is his will and your sanctification. For this is how we know that we really come to know him, when we do what he commands. That's why Jesus said, why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do what I say? Jesus of Nazareth, the author of salvation. I say this in repetition because in his name, the nations will be optimistic. So as I speak the sword of the Spirit, I bind any demonic interference. Like Joshua said, choose this day whom you will serve. Because in these times, we're no longer just playing church. Remember, not everyone that says Lord, Lord will enter into the kingdom. Only those who fulfill the will of the Lord's mission. So tell me, what will you do when you come before his presence? And he says, depart from me, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity. This is the biblical doctrine of conduct through salvation that's over time but slightly lost in translation. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the author of salvation.
It's crazy how everyone have different beliefs, different ways of seeing stuff. What he just said, I want to say, shut the fuck up. Be yourself. No one can take that away. Comment below. Subscribe above if you're original. I am myself. 1.